Welcome to the mat. Welcome to the moment. Here's a happy little ditty to begin our practice with. We'll begin in our seat. Please support yourself as needed. And let's just kind of begin with those nice circles of the spine. They could be bigger or smaller. They could go this way and then that way, or just feel what's right for you. Let's say about 8 breaths. Circling around the hips and getting the spine all nice and fluid. Experimenting with the outdoor today with the bees right here. So slow flow is the mode of the day. Oh, and it's a beautiful world. So much beauty to see all around us. Blossoming things, unfurling themselves into the spring. Oh, almost ready to take that off. All right, here we go. So circles in the seats. Oh, keep that right there and roll on around it. Feeling your center and a nice spiral around that. Get the jaw soft. Units in the sun. Get the units out of the sun. If you haven't, switch directions. I know I said originally, like when we started this circling thing, about 8 breaths. I'm not counting. I'm thinking now that it may be going more like 8 in either direction. Because yeah, the spine says yes. And take your time once you feel even or relatively even in both directions. Let's roll the shoulders, roll your mouth like wow, wow, wow. And let's push into the fingers or clasp the hands behind you or hold onto your blanket if you're on one. Root down into the earth, lift up through your heart. Big inhale. As you exhale, let's bring the chin to the chest and stretch out the back of the neck. Next inhale, roll right ear to right shoulder. Oh yeah, soft jaw as you stretch that left shoulder and ear away from each other. Next exhale, slowly rolling through center and take it on over to the other side. Move with your breath as you like, side to side, or stay wherever is most sticky for you. Give that a little extra love. And then let's release whenever you're ready. Slide into the right hand, rooting into that left sit bone, cross body, open arm, face, chest. Again, I really want to invite you into a mindful, slow flow today, not necessarily because there's bees around you, but there might be. But here, again, I'm just playing. This is my first time practicing right here next to the bees. I practiced in their midst before, but I'm thinking this might be the outdoor spot for the summer online. So here we go. Just want to be really mindful of sharing space. And take your time. Let that lead you on over to the other side. Push cross body into that right sit bone. And let's stretch out that right side body. Opening up. And then right side neck. Sweeping through. Breath practice. Connected to movement. Breath leading the way. Another breath or two on this side. Getting those side bodies nice and awake. Lots of free energy there. When you're ready, swoop it up. Inhale, reach up, wiggle up out of the waist. And exhale, center and focus. Hands to the heart. Give a little press into the palms. Lift the heart to the hands. Breathe and repeat your yes, I am. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes. If you will, join me one vibration of Om breathing. And yes to your blossoming. Give a little press, loud bird, to your pinkies and first fingers, pinkies and thumbs, excuse me, and blossom. Open your other fingers into Lotus Mudra. Imagine into that blossoming of your heart, your body, your life, your yes, your offering, whatever that might be. Exhale and empty. Inhale your heart's yes. Hring, hring is the sound we're going for here. Hring. And let's rise that up to the sky. And then exhale, flow the arms down. Maybe roll out the wrists there a little bit. A little fluidity for the joints, fingers, all of it. And then when you're ready, make your way into child's pose. Yeah, still not ready to take that off. All right, make your way into child's pose. Press your hips back. Root your hips back to your heels, press into the earth, breathe here, your connection to the earth. Yes, I am this earth body, whole, perfect and beautiful, ever changing and renewing. Inhale and stretch it out, give your hips a little wiggle wag there. And next exhale, lift from your navel and slow flow again around. Ripple forward and then melt down, throat, heart, belly, lift, tail, lift, crown. As you exhale, curl the tail down, pull back from the navel, press back from your hips. Inhale through the hands to the hips as you exhale, lift from the navel around, and then melt down, open up. Exhale round, pull it back. A nice slow flow through an elongated cow and cat that is moving from child's pose and back to it. Slow and steady. Breath loud. Connect the movement to the breath as much as you can. Let's do 2 more rounds of breath in this way. Or 1 more time through the cycle. We'll meet back in child's pose. Oh, hello, bee. There's one right there. And child's pose, inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, pull from the navel, from your hips, way out to one side. Come forward into all fours there, way out to the other side and back to the heels. Again, slow flow, really find that fullness of the breath and the, edges of that circumference as much as you can. Good morning, hips. Next time you get to the back, take a little pause, wiggle, swing your tail, and switch directions. There's a great book that someone gave me since I'm beekeeping, and it's called The Beekeeper of Aleppo, and God, it's hella sad. Of course, you know, Aleppo and all that's happened there during that time. But anyways, the story with the bees is one of the characters says, I may be paraphrasing, but says to be safe around the bees, you just have to slow down to the speed of nature. And not to the speed of bees necessarily, because they move so fast, but to the speed of nature around them, the growth of flowers, the steadiness of earth and trees. And stretch back. Child's pose for the bees. Bees breath. Exhale empty. Inhale your intention, your yes, I am. Inhale and stretch back, and exhale as you ripple on up. We'll make our way into downward dog. So I know you didn't need to ripple up for that. Sorry, that was a selfish maneuver because finally the sweater comes off. Okay, onto all fours, soft heart, strong core, hips up and back, down dog. Pull from the hips, stretch it out. Inhale as you exhale, bend the knees, use that core strength, stretch the hips back towards your heels. Inhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend, exhale rather, bend those knees deeply, pull the hips back. Inhale, straighten the legs. Let's just do a couple more of those. Maybe even begin to feel that impulse that wants to lead you forward here, or does something want to lead you back down to earth? Listen to your body. When you're ready, maybe use the exhale to ripple forward into plank, or an inhale there. And as you exhale, hips back to the heels. Follow your breath. You can inhale in stillness and exhale in the movement, or as you like, you could inhale to plank and exhale back to your tuck. Let your breath lead. Slow flow, really articulating the spine in a wave, riding upon your breath. Next time you come back into downward dog, pause, pull back from your hips, and step the big toes to touch. As much as you can, really pull back from your hips, and play here now with taking the weight out of your hands. So claw those fingertips and then lift the wrists up, lift the palms up. Keep pulling the hips back, try to keep that kind of strength and lightness in the hands, strengthen the core. Touch your big toes together, pull back from the hips, excuse me, inhale, lengthen out. And then exhale, pivot, knees and toes to one side, slow and steady, bend the knees, sink the hips back to the heels, squeeze your breath out. Inhale, straighten legs out in center. Exhale, pivot and twist to the other side, sink low, pull those hips back, push through the hands, get that long, yummy side body stretch. Follow your breath side to side. Let's go another one or two to each side. And then take your time. When you're ready, roll it on over to one side, and options. You could lower that knee down, toes pointing towards your arch, and stretch out the top arm, or just pivot right over and press out long into side plank. Side plank, top arm could be up or forward, overhead. Top leg could come up. Hold steady here, or inhale, and as you exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, reach. 2 more breaths. Long, slow, delicious breath. Rest in child's pose as needed or stretch it out. Pull back strong, core down dog. Relax your neck. I'm gonna slowly walk my dog in a circle here to switch directions for second side, just for the camera. You do what's right for you. And when you're ready, from that down dog, pivot over to second side. You can maybe lower bottom shin down or press through side plank. Bottom hand is low forward of the shoulders. Scoop that shoulder blade down. Any modifications for support here? Or inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Oh, long, slow, delicious breath. And then stretch that top arm forward. Pull up and back. Down dog or child's pose. Few recovery breaths there. Inhale and stretch back, either your down dog or child's pose. And exhale, ripple forward a bit, bring that right foot forward into a lunge. Maybe frame that front foot with your hands. Maybe you're using blocks. Back knee could be down if you like, or back knee up. Push into the front foot and pull that hip back, straighten the leg. Bend into the front knee, pull on the earth, heart forward. Push into that front foot, pull that hip back, especially through the ball of the foot. Push in and pull that gluteus medius, your outer hip muscle back. Flowing with your breath again, slow and steady. Breath practice with some incidental movement. That's where we're at today, practicing lengthening, slowing down the breath, especially focusing on the exhale, always to release anxiety or to release more metabolic waste. All right, find a steadiness in your lunge. Push into the feet and make like you're trying to pull them together. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Reach out from the back heel and slowly sweep your fingers along the earth and reach forward. That's your inhale. As you exhale, flow the hands back down. You can slowly reach the hands all the way behind you. And we're going to do this a few more times. Maybe each time you sweep up a little higher. Again, try to have a lot of control with this and go really slow so you don't scare any bees. Breathful. At ease. Finding the strength, the steadiness that it takes to go a little slower. It actually takes more strength. Thereby also gives you more strength. How about that? Next time you reach forward, squeeze those inner thighs, press into both feet, lift up. High lunge, hook your thumbs, give a little pull on the thumbs, squeeze the shoulders on the back, stretch out through the back heel, and then pull your low ribs back, bend into the front knee, reach up through the arms. You could hold and pull on the arms, hands in any way. It helps get the shoulders on the back more. Deep, full breaths here. Big inhale here. And as you exhale next, let's land the back heel and float the arms down. Interlace the hands behind you again, or hook the thumbs. Squeeze onto the palms and work the shoulders on the back. Bend that front knee deep. Hug those inner thighs towards each other. We want strong feet and strong legs here, but make sure the back knee has some bounce to it. Don't let it lock out. And then pull back with the hands, puff up your chest, open heart. Big breaths here. Inhale to any breathful edge of back bend. And then as you exhale, push into the outside of the back foot, lift that arch, lift your heart and reach the heart forward. You could rest on the front thigh or dive inside the front thigh. Let the clasp of the hands come overhead. Again, really focus on your power to be able to slow down. See what you notice a little more or a little differently when you move slower than usual. You could stay with the hands clasped there or follow any exhale to slowly release the hands and melt them down to the earth inside of the front leg. Maybe you're on the hands, maybe melt down to the forearms. Back knee up or down, or pulse it slowly, breathfully up and down. If back knee's up, rock and roll over those back toes. Squeeze your glutes a bit so you get that nice wrap of the iliopsoas open on the front of the leg there. How's your jaw? How's your tongue? How's your breath? Next inhale or so, up on the hands, soft heart, strong core, squeeze to center, and then pull that front leg into your core, plug it in, get it as connected as you can so the leg gets light, and then open the leg out to the side, slow and steady, step it back, plank pose. Inhale, strong core, long spine in plank. You can lower the knees if you need to. Take a few breaths to get as much as you can, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips in a clear alignment, heart soft, core strong, head and waistline not dropping out, hips not dropping out here, everything connected. Next inhale, shift forward, lower the knees if you need to, pull on the earth a bit, work your shoulder blades down the back. You can come all the way down to the earth here and push into your feet, point your toes straight back. And then give a little pull on the earth with your hands. Push into the earth with your pubic bone and your legs. Really move slowly here. Find that foundation. Root down, lengthen out, and then grow from there. Inhale, open. Maybe you exhale and drag yourself forward and lower down. Breath led. Let's go 2 more breaths. Any variations with this? Take your time, find your edge in cobra and look over one shoulder while pulling the other shoulder down the back away from that one. Inhale, open, and then exhale to the other side. Again, inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Look back with your eyes as well. Breathe that stretch of your eyes. Inhale, open. Take your time and follow your exhale back. Down dog or child's pose. I'm going to take a little pause in child's pose. 3 to 5 breaths in child's or down dog. Simply breathful, or maybe add that bee's breath. And then from either child's pose or down dog, stretch back with an inhale. And with an exhale, slide that left foot forward, or second side. Find your lunge. Square your hips up, feel both of the feet, sending some weight into the back foot. And then really press into the ball of the front foot and pull back from that gluteus medius, the outer hip muscle there. And pulse, lunge, extension. One more breath cycle. And then take your time, find some stability in the lunge, maybe walk a little bit shorter. Pull the feet isometrically towards one another, squeeze those inner thighs, push into the front foot, send some weight into the back foot, hug in, strong core so the arms can be light, and then sweep the fingers forward, reaching from back heel through fingertips, slowly stretch it out. And exhale, reach the arms back behind you, long back of the neck. Follow your breath, sweep to earth, reach. Exhale, slowly sweeping, reaching back. Again. Maybe a little higher. Let's come all the way up, push into the feet, squeeze those inner thighs, hug in, rise up slowly. Hook the thumbs or clasp the hands and pull them whatever hold you have. Work the shoulders on the back and then pull your low ribs back. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips all laying back a bit. Squeeze inner thighs, bent knee, front knee deep and wide. And then squeezing to center, lift up and out of the waist. Deep full breath. Big inhale, lengthen that out. And take your time as you exhale, back heel down, push into the outside of the foot, lift the arch. Interlace your hands, maybe non-habitual clasp. Press the sacrum down, squeeze the shoulders on the back, lift your heart, bend that front knee deep. Find any breathful edge of back bend. Big inhale, feel the outside of that back foot, lift down, lift your arch, lift your heart, and slow and steady from the heart, lead forward. Full length of an exhale, diving in. You could always rest on the front thigh or dive in, let the head go, squeeze the palms, lift them up, and overhead, relax your neck. Please stay with that as long as you like, or release the hands and slowly melt the hands down inside that front leg, maybe melting down to the forearms. Back knee again up, or pulses up and down. Maybe leave it down and mellow out there a moment. Soft jaw, focused on the exhale. Deep full breath. Give a little squeeze of those glutes to help wrap that iliopsoas and bring a little more smile in there. Please stay longer there as you like, or move slowly up onto the hands, back knee up, both hands. Squeeze those inner thighs together again. Really make like you're trying to pull that front leg into the core so that it gets light, and open it out, slow and steady to the side. Step back, plank pose. Inhale, strong core and plank. Take a few breaths. Pull hands and feet towards one another. Shoulders down the back. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips in alignment. Breathe here. Next inhale, shift forward, lower to the earth or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Find a full round of breath in the pose or in and out of it. And then exhale, again up and back, either to child's pose or down dog. And as you're ready, make your way into down dog, or just slide the right foot forward. We're gonna lift up that right leg. Slow and steady exhale. Bend the knee, curl the knee in towards the nose, slow as you can. Shift forward. Find your foot between the hands, lengthen out. Inhale. As you exhale, pivot that back heel down, push into the outside of the back heel, and stretch those right fingers forward, or the left fingers, whatever the back foot is. And open up, pull up from that hand, push into the feet, squeeze together, hug to core. Warrior two. Look out over the front hand, hold the pose steady, sinking in so that front thigh moves towards parallel with the earth. You could play in and out of that a bit as you like, bending and straightening, or reach through the arms, through the hands. Find a slow, breathful swim over your legs. And then follow any breath to pull back from that top hand, backhand, as far as you can, and then down that back leg. Stretch up from the front knee, bending deep through that hand. You can look up at the top hand, down at the back foot, sink into the seat, breathe, dancing warrior. Last big inhale here. As you exhale, hug the feet, lift the pelvic floor, slow and steady. Transition that left elbow to your thigh or front leg elbow, right elbow. Press in, roll ribs, face chest to the sky. Lay back, ears in line with shoulders. That elbow could stay up on the thigh or slide down inside it. Press it wide. Reach through the outside of the back foot through your head, and then ultimately through that top arm. If the shoulder feels funny, or just to get the shoulder deeper, you could always reach that front arm forward, reach out like you're going to grab something, and then pull it in, really plug that shoulder into the back, and then spin, pinky, palm towards the sky, and reach that arm overhead. You might get a little more into the lats there, or the thoracic spine. Reach through head and back foot and breathe here, side body stretch. Big inhale, hug in and pull up from that top hand. Again, slow, slow, slow and steady. As you come up, push into the front leg, pull the torso back, and then reach forward as far as you can. You can bend that knee if you need to not overstretch in the hamstring. And then bring the bottom hand down to your ankle, calf, block earth. Scoop the shoulder blades down the back, lay back, hug the earth with the feet, and hug the earth feet towards each other, strong core. Smile, ears back over shoulders, lift your heart. Breathe here. Maybe look up at the top hand. Maybe get a neck release here. You could swoop that top arm slowly around your back and hold your inner thigh. Use that hold and press into your lumbar curve, lift it up, and lay the head back. Let the bottom ear be heavy. Slide that top shoulder away from the top ear. Big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. And take your time. Please stay there longer if you like, or slowly unwind that top arm and reach it forward. As you do so, land the hand, pivot up on the ball of the back foot, lift the heel, and step in a bit. So you want the feet as parallel as you can, as turned out as you need. Push into that front foot, ball the toe again, and really pull that outer hip back. Reach your heart forward, lengthen out, and bow in. Any variations here, pulsing in and out of Parsvottanasana, or you could come up slowly again, strong feet hugging into the core and rise up. Maybe hold your elbows or bring the palms together behind your back in a prayer for the past or for the collective. Squeeze inner thighs, squeeze shoulder blades, hug feet, lift arches, knees, quads, navel, pelvic floor, heart forward, and bow in. So any variations, pulsing in and out or holding this pose, last few breaths. Please stay as you like or unwind the arms. Take that right thumb to your right hip crease or front leg thumb to that hip crease and push the hip crease back. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the heart and spiral towards the front legs. We're going to come into a rotated triangle. Bring the opposite hand outside of that front foot around the heel so that you can frame the shin and the forearm into one another. Push into that connection of shin and forearm. Squeeze inner thighs and spiral into a twist. That top hand could stay on your hip, pushing back to lift the heart up out of, lengthen the spine, or just do that as much as you can and reach the top arm up to the sky. Rotated triangle. Again, you could add that top arm around the back to work the shoulder on the back or any variations. Where can you be breathful here? That's what it's all about today. Extending that exhale, steadying in the body mind. And take your time, slowly unwind. When you're ready, you could move through vinyasa or just step back, down dog or child. In 3 or 4 breaths, we'll get ready to meet for second side. So making your way into child's pose or downward dog. Stretch back, strong core, relax your neck. Inhale and lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, just bring the left foot or your second side forward. Reach out through the back heel and the crown of the head, lengthen out. And then follow an exhale to drop that back heel down, parallel the foot with the outside, the back of the mat, lift the arch. Reach from the outside that foot through the fingertips, stretch long side body. And then pull up from that top hand as you hug the earth with the feet, feet towards one another, and rise up into warrior two. Pull back from that back hand, bend the front knee deeply, find your stance. Again, here you could play with lifting up and out of it a little bit, bending and straightening. Or maybe you play with a little pull forward and back from the hands over strong legs. Find that alignment of your lunge as much as you can, or your hero two in this case. Oh, the blossoming things, the lemon tree and the jasmine, it's all so intoxicating. And then follow any breath to pull back, way, way, way back, and bring that bottom hand down the back leg. Push in, stretch that top arm up and out as you sink the front knee deeply. Long, slow breaths here, looking down at the back foot or forward or at the hand, whatever feels good for you. How's that front knee and foot? How's the back knee? We want to be sure not to lock it out. How's your breath? Last big inhale, stretch it out here. And as you exhale, pull up from the arches, deep core, reach forward and bring that elbow down to the thigh. Press and roll open. Again, you could just swoop that arm forward, or maybe you bring it forward to look at it in front of you. Reach, reach, reach for something, grab it, and then pull it in. Plug that shoulder in, lay back, spiral through the hand, pinky to the sky, palm to the sky, and reach from the outside of the back foot through the hand. Front knee deep, big full side body breath. Again, you could always bring that bottom hand down. Last breath or two in the shape. Inhale, bright as you exhale, push into that front leg, straighten it out. And hand could stay inside. Maybe it comes around the heel on the outside of the foot and scoop the shoulders down the back. Lay back, ears in line with shoulders. Lift your heart. Feel your feet, your leg muscles lifting up. How's your breath? Deep, full breaths. Follow any inhale to really anchor that back foot and stretch that top arm as far forward as you can. Stretch out. Big side body breath, and then slowly transition. Reach that hand forward and down as you pick the back heel up. Pivot. Squeeze those inner thighs. Lengthen spine. You might then step that back foot in a bit. Push into the feet. Squeeze your inner thighs. Press the ball of that big toe, front toe, and pull that outer hip back. Maybe bend the knees to lengthen the spine. And the exhale to bow in. Straighten the leg as much as you can without locking out the knees. Stay there or hug in, feet to earth, muscles to bones, everything to midline, and slowly hug in. Rise up. Maybe you bring the hands to the elbows or hands behind the back. Palms together, lift the heart, shoulders on the back. Squeeze to center. Press into the back foot, keep reaching that heart forward, lengthen out. Dive in. Relax the neck. Stand that exhale. Please stay as you are. Follow any breath to melt the hands down. Bring the left thumb or the same thumb as the front leg to that hip crease and push that hip crease back. Reach hip away from ribs, heart forward, squeeze inner thighs. Maybe you want to step a little closer if you feel unstable, or let the feet turn out. Bottom hand, front hand could stay there, or bring it outside the heel. Push, shin and forearm together, hip back, lift the navel, lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Spiral towards that leg by squeezing the center and lengthening out. Hand could stay on hip or come to sky. Deep, full breaths. Any variations with the top arm or neck? Please stay as you like. This time when you're ready, we're going to unwind into a wide-legged stance. Take your time getting there. And I invite you first to just go heels in, toes out, and very slowly sink into one knee, making sure that knee and toes are pointing the same direction. And then slow and steady press into that foot, cross body. Then the other knee, sink in. Hips low, spine long. Relax your neck. Side to side, little flow. So you could do this in a forward fold, much more mellow and grounding, or you could sit up or stand up, as it were, over your hips and find any dance. Again, really moving with breath and mindfulness here, because there's bees flying just right in front of us, right over us, doing their work, coming in just with so much pollen on their legs. It's amazing. So side lunges or just that forward fold swim. Any movements connected to breath. Another 4 to 6 breaths. Take your time. Once you're done, let's pause in a forward fold to relax your neck. Bow in. And just find center, strong feet, muscles in the legs, hug to bones, and feet hug the earth, kind of trying to pull the legs without moving them towards one another. Feel it strengthen your inner thighs. You can rest your head on the earth, your hands or any block or prop here. Take a few more breaths. Releasing the spine, the neck, the brain. And now let's turn heels in, toes out. You can walk the feet closer if it feels unstable how wide you are. And then let's bring the elbows to the thighs above the knees. Press those thighs wide. Make sure knees and toes are pointing the same way still, or again with your little saddle here. Rocking side to side into the depths of your hips. Stay with that as long as you like, or let's bring that further through the spine and shoulders. Press the thighs wide, seat back, heart forward. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, push that left thigh away and dip that shoulder down, spiraling, looking over the right or opposite shoulder. You can go as deep with that as you like. Inhale, open center. Exhale, press and spiral other side. Squeeze navel back, breath out. Again, really try to let the breath be what leads you here, and lengthen that breath as much as you can. And last 2 or 3 breaths, whatever you need to get even on both sides. Take your time. Excuse me. Once we are even on both sides, you could move your way through a vinyasa or just mindfully step through to lying on your back. Now come down to the ground in the next few breaths. Oh, it feels really good to be out here with all the bugs and the blossoms and the birds. All right, when you're ready, we're laying down. And at first, let's just keep the elbows bent alongside of us. Just gonna tilt the camera down a little bit. Let's set up for a bridge with robot arms. Press into the elbows, press into the center back of the head, squeeze the shoulders on the back, hands active, muscularly engaged and facing one another. Inhale, press into your heels, lift your hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, ripple down, upper, middle, lower, hips, rock that pelvis and ripple on up. Let your breath lead, nice fluid spine. Continue with the rolling waves of spinal breath, or put a block under your sacrum, or bridge up, interlace the hands, squeeze the shoulders on the back, rock side to side, hug onto the legs to get towards each other like you're hugging onto a block. Spin that block or your inseams down to the earth. Lift your chin, press into the center back of the head. Feel all these points of contact. And then slow and steady, as though there were bees flying all around you. Pick the right knee up. Optional, of course, you could be in a more resting bridge here, more dynamic still bridge, or pick one foot up, lift that foot up to the sky as you come up onto the ball, the other foot back down, and pulsing. Pull up from the top foot, lifting the hips higher, pulsing onto the ball of the bottom foot. Let's just go 3 more. Slow and steady, come on down. Take a pause if you need to, reset. We're gonna have about 5 more breaths as we do the other side if you're doing that, or just be wherever you're at. Again, moving mindfully, hug that top knee in, and then slowly extend the leg to the sky. Slowly so you don't kick any bees. And lift up through the heel, lift up to the ball of the foot, and then shift the hips down. And press, inhale, lift, and let it drop back down for 3. Long breaths. Slowly release down, pause. If you are in a supported bridge, please feel free to stay there longer. Rest entirely, come back to any bridge, or maybe you're going for a big old mindful heart opening back bend here. If so, hands to the floor, fingers point towards the shoulders. And then hug the elbows towards one another so they're in line with shoulders, and pull the shoulders into the back body. Inhale as you exhale, squeeze onto your block, real or imaginary. Spin it down with your thighs towards the earth. Lengthen tailbone out as you squeeze booty, lift hips. And then press into hands, come to the crown of the head. When you're ready, press in, reach the heart forward in the direction that you're looking, back bend. Another 6 to 8 breaths. Please stay as you like, or slowly walk the feet out, release the block if you have one there, and then slowly ripple back down to the earth. And take your time, hug your knees in. Give a gentle rock into your back as you hug the knees in. Breathe into that grounding of your back body. Feel the earth beneath you, however far beneath you it is, there it is, holding you. Thanks, Big Mama. Great job. And now just hug your right knee in, extend the left leg out along your mat, slow and steady. Hug that right knee in deeply and give a little rock into that hip. Restful body. Go ahead and take that leg cross body if you'd like. You could straighten the leg out. You could go straight leg, you could go both legs. Otherwise, reach through both feet away from you. Draw all toes back to center. Shift that top hip down, maybe give it a push down. Lengthen that top side waist. Stretch that top arm long, really lengthening the whole spine. And then slowly flow that top arm open out to the side. Palm up, scoop the shoulder blade down. Breathe here in your twist. I'm always out here barefoot, and I've actually never noticed before today. I've seen the bees on the ground, but I never noticed how many bees are just hanging out on the ground. I'm not sure if it's the end of their life or if they're like the unionized bees and they're taking a break. Or, yeah, they work themselves to death, really. Emptying out here in the twist. Any sounds. Extend that exhale. Please stay as long as you like in that twist. When you're ready to come back, move slowly, bend both knees, that right or top ankle over the bottom thigh. And interlace the hands behind the bottom thigh. Pull it in as you ease that top thigh away. Flex the top foot so the ankle is straight and strong. And big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. And you can stay here and just rock and roll this around, play with the isometrics, pulling in as you push away. Or maybe extend that bottom leg up, walk up it, curl into it. If you'd like, a little more grounding, a little more back body stretch here, moving towards that leg towards your head, maybe overhead towards plow. If you'd like to, a little more core strength here, you could rebend that bottom knee, interlace the hands behind the head. Keep the elbows wide, shoulders on the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, again, we're moving slow today, so really just pull the navel back, and by way of that, ribs to hips, pull the bottom thigh back, by way of that sacrum up, shoulders up. Inhale and open, back to the earth, and exhale, curl, squeeze. Long exhales. We're going for about 10 breaths, really extended exhales, slow moving. So not like crunches rapidly unless you're really feeling that. Otherwise, see how this could actually be a little more strength building, definitely more detoxing, more relaxing ultimately, as well as you'll get those happy hormones in the core work. Oh yeah, please stay with that as you like, or unwind the legs, maybe rock and roll around, draw some circles, or just hug in. Any little investigative movements there? How's everything feeling? And then when you're ready, just hug that left knee in, extend the right heel long on the earth, reach through that heel as you pull the left thigh back towards the belly and give it a little rock side to side. And take your time as inspired. Take that leg bent or straight, cross body. Feel for these. This one right there. We're gonna avoid her and see what happens next with her. And press that top hip down away from the ribs. Reach that arm up, long side body waist. And then slowly float that arm open, palm up, shoulder blade down. Roll onto that left ear, looking away from the top leg. And deep full breaths. Please stay in the twist as long as you like. When you're ready, slowly coming back, bend both knees, left ankle over the right thigh. Interlace the hands behind the bottom thigh and pull bottom thigh back towards center as you ease that top thigh away with your elbow. Really activate those top toes, pull them back to the shin. Straight, strong ankle, soft jaw. Breathe into the opposite actions here, maybe a little rock and roll around. Stay with that, or extend that bottom leg up. Walk up over that top ankle, curl into the bottom leg. Draw it towards you. Maybe overhead, towards the earth. Please stay with that as you like, or again, moving slowly, bend both knees. Interlace the hands behind the head, elbows wide, keep them wide, shoulders on the back, so not a tucked in crunch, but inhale as you exhale, pull the bottom thigh back, navel back, sacrum and shoulders curl off the earth, but more than curling in, your face chest just lifts right up to the sky. Inhale and open, exhale, long exhale, navel back. Really extend that exhale, slow and steady. Let's go 8 more. Please stay with that as you like, or unwind. After some core work, you may want to bridge up or just do anything that opens the front body up a bit. So bridging up, or feet as wide as the mat, knees bent. And inhale, reach through arms, reach through knees, stretch out psoas and core muscles. Whatever feels good for you. Here's a little unwinding from the core work. We just contracted front body, so we counterbalance here with opening front body. So we stay strong and fluid. And stay with that side to side as you like, or as inspired, hug your knees in, hold your ankles or over the tops of the feet, and find your way into a happy baby. Any variations of the pose? Breathful into your back body, easing one knee down and then the other with your elbows, pressing wide. How's your jaw? How's your tongue? How's your breath? And while you're in happy baby, or rock and roll it, listen in. Are there any lost movements or shapes? Maybe you want to be in happy baby longer. Maybe roll over to one side and drape up and sit, or rock and roll up to sit if you'd like. I want to invite you into a little breathful meditation here, and that could be in any seat. Maybe stack your knees, and we could switch about halfway through. We'll have a breathful meditation and a silent meditation. So knees stacked or legs crossed in any way that you could switch up halfway through if you like. Optionally, come down and rest for a longer rest. We'll all meet in resting pretty soon. When you're ready, big breath. Breathe and repeat your mantra, your yes, I am. And then let's begin to count the length of our exhale to the count of 6. Optionally, that could be a mantra that's about 6 seconds, something like, I am all light and joy, that's 6. I am at ease in body and mind. That's pretty much 6. Whatever it might be for you, your mantra, you could slow it down or you could repeat it twice if it's a shorter mantra. And breathe out the length of your count or mantra, and then pause for 2 in the emptiness. Breathe in the length of count of your breath or mantra. Pause in the fullness for a count of 2. Breathe out, maybe for the count of 6 or mantra. And in this pattern, pause in emptiness for 2. Fill up. Please let your natural count and rhythm guide the breath. Take the pauses to notice the different states in the energy body of fullness and emptiness. If you'd like to, you can also add to that the eyes. And this could be closed or open, but as you inhale, you might slowly look up. Hold 2 with your eyes up. And as you exhale, slowly look down. Hold 2 with your eyes down. Again, a little practice that way, or just notice the energetic differences when our eyes look up or down. If you want to bring in a little more excitement, which maybe you don't need if you're feeling anxious, you could stay looking up more. A little more grounding or being with where you're at, looking down. Optionally, just breath. And slowly release any efforting of eyes or breath. And take pause at any point to rest, just in spacious awareness, simply noticing the earth beneath you, the sky breathing you. If you have a setup of the legs in one way and you haven't switched it, you might do that. And if you want to stay in your seat a little longer, of course, at any point, you're welcome to just lie down. held, supported, nourished. Receive fully the embrace of the beneficence of life on this planet. You are breathed, blessed, celebrated. Receive fully the remembrance of your expansive, divine, undefinable self. Restfully in meditation or shavasana, spacious awareness. Simply observe the rise and fall of thoughts and perception in the same way that you might the rise and fall of the breath. Nothing to do or change, just present for what is, the constancy of life flowing with ease and grace in and out of form. Every breath receiving with open awareness, letting go, letting flow just happens. If you are so inspired, of course, stay resting in Shavasana or in meditation. When you're ready to transition to whatever's next for you, first just notice your breath, breathing you. Welcome, breath. Thank you, breath. Drink that breath in deep. Let it out fully. Draw the breath in and repeat your heart's intention, your yes, I am. Stay with that as it is, or play with how deep and full the breath can be. See if you can make it even fuller and let the breath become so inspiring, so bright with your yes that you're naturally inspired to wiggle and spiral and stretch and move and breathe your yes. I am. Let your breath ultimately lead you to stretching long and maybe spiraling and lengthening out, possibly making your way to one side. And pause in the transitions. Stay on that one side as long as you like. Or drape on up to sit. Any easy seat. Jumping spiders. And take your time. Once you find your seat, take pause. Feel into that full circle of our practice. All that's moved and changed in your body, mind. And thank you. Thank you to yourself. Thank you to your body. Thank you for being present for practice. For being present for all layers of being. With the courage and the compassion that takes. And thank you to all of our teachers, gurus, and lineages, all those who've handed these practices down throughout all time and space. And a special thanks to India and the ripples and waves of love back to India and whatever kind of support you can send to India right now as they are reaching peak crisis in this pandemic. Love and blessings to India. May all that we have received from this amazing place be rippled back to them. May they receive manifold the blessings that have rippled out from this place. May this intense time be a great healing for all beings. May we awaken to our interconnectedness, our oneness. May all beings be joyous and free. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will. Ripple out with me a great big Om to seal our practice. Namaste, beautiful humans. Thank you for your practice, your presence. Bowing to the earth, Jaima. Thank you, beautiful planet, for all the blessings and beauty and the abundance. Thank you, bees. And let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please drink lots of water and have a wonderful whatever is next for you. Namaste. Namago.